2021 was supposed to be a pretty big year for the PlayStation 5, and unfortunately, a lot of games did get delayed into 2022, at least the biggest, most anticipated ones. Naturally, we did get Returnal and we did get Ratchet and Clank, which were both incredible entries, but needless to say, obviously Horizon was a bigger title, obviously God of War was a bigger title, obviously for some people, Gran Turismo 7 was a bigger title. Today I want to take a look at some of the upcoming games in 2022, which could lead to be one of the biggest years in gaming ever, given the amount of titles that are coming out, and these are really only the ones that we know of for sure, and some that have been given this 2022 window, but could either be pushed into 2023 or could very well be coming out in 2022. Now let's start off with Elden Ring, which is one of the most anticipated games. And it's been a most anticipated game on any list since its reveal. People have been waiting for this game for a long time. From Software has been busy working on it, and of course now we have an official release date of January 21st, 2022. A lot of people are looking forward to this, especially for the fact that it's, first of all, a From Software game, and we got the Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin working on this as well with the writing. So it's naturally going to be a big game that people are going to want to get their hands on. I personally am very excited for this game and can't wait to finally play it whenever it does drop, and I hope this isn't one of those titles that get delayed. I doubt it will be. Next up, Horizon Forbidden West, recently delayed in one of the most anticipated games for PlayStation fans, was delayed, and it was given a release date of February 18th, 2022. A lot of people are looking forward to this game, especially as a follow-up to a really good entry with the first game, and honestly, I feel like the second one's looking technically impressive. Graphics look incredible. I'm hoping that they dive deeper into the characters and bring more personality to these characters. Not that there wasn't enough in the first one, but always you want to look to different games as motivation to really explore your characters' personalities and bring more life to them, which any game and every game can always do that. Specifically with God of War, we saw a lot of personality in Kratos and Atreus, and that's something that I think a lot of games can learn from, given how attached people got to these characters and how involved we got with the relationship between the two characters. But this being about Horizon Forbidden West, I'm absolutely looking forward to this game, and this is a game that most PlayStation fans are going to want to pick up as long as you are into open world post-apocalyptic games to a degree, given the setting. Now, next up, I want to talk about Sifu, which is, I think, one of the coolest looking indie games to date. Now, it's an interesting concept, right? This is a kung fu film-inspired type of game. It's obviously a fictional story taking place in a Chinese city, and most of what's going to be in this game, at least based on what I've seen, is going to be the gameplay. That's where it's really going to shine. We are going to see this game that puts you in these situations where you're taking on multiple enemies, and you do get revived after each death, which I believe your beard grows as well, and you age more through each death. Now, whether this is a roguelike or what that is exactly, I'm not quite sure just yet, but it does look very promising and definitely a game I recommend you pick up, as I will personally be picking it up myself. So next up, Gran Turismo 7. Of course, this can't go without being mentioned, as Gran Turismo 7 is the next entry in the series, and we haven't seen an entry since the PS4 with Gran Turismo Sport. And this is coming out March 4th, 2022. This is another game that was expected to drop this year, but unfortunately got pushed to next year. And it is going to be a cross-gen game now, which is going to have cross-play as well. So there's going to be a lot of life in this game for PS4 and PS5 users. And this game looks impressive, technically impressive, graphically impressive. I can't wait to see what this runs like at 4K. I'm curious to see how the car models details will look, as obviously through YouTube videos, you're not really going to get that proper impression, that proper look at the graphics, especially with the compression. But overall, super excited for Gran Turismo 7. I know a lot of you guys out there are waiting for this game. And this next game I want to talk to you about, Forspoken, is a new IP coming from Square Enix. And this game got announced and revealed in 2020. It got a release date for 2022, and then we finally got the time frame, which is spring, or the season, which is spring. And that is actually very, very soon, considering how Square Enix usually does things. But I, for one, like this new way of doing things by not showing off games way too soon, but showing them off when they're about a year to 2 years out, which, if this is truly coming out spring 2022, that's a very reasonable time to reveal this game in the way that they did. So this game is a PS5 exclusive, and it's a big one at that. New IP, Luminous Productions. I believe they're using Crystal Tools as the engine, and it's going to really show off the PS5's capabilities, and it's already looking graphically impressive, and it might be one of the most impressive games to date once we do finally get our hands on it. Mind you, that doesn't say that Horizon and God of War don't look amazing, but it almost feels like this game is crafted, as they've said, for the PS5, which, if you ask me, is reason enough to pick this game up so you can really see what the PlayStation 5 is truly capable of. Now, next up, we were talking about Ghostwire Tokyo, another game that a lot of people are looking forward to and finally got another look at in the last PlayStation 5 showcase, and it has a release date of early 2022, so I imagine that's Q1 2022, and this game looks impressive. I really do like what Tango Gameworks is doing and what they've showed off of this game. It is in a first-person perspective, and it's an action-adventure game from the looks of it, and it takes place in Tokyo, obviously, given the name. Now, this is going to be a PlayStation 5 exclusive. I believe it's a timed exclusive as well, but it's looking super promising, and it's said to take full advantage of the PS5's hardware, so we're really going to see what they can do on this platform. Now, it may not be the most technically impressive game, but it still looks good nonetheless. Now, this next one is probably the biggest one by far. God of War Ragnarok. A lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, were excited for this game dropping in 2021. Of course, it did get pushed to 2022, but since the last reveal at the PS5 showcase, it had a lot of people impressed. It really was a jaw dropper, it was a showstopper, it was a whatever you want to call it, and people were hyped for this game, and the footage that we saw did not disappoint. I can't wait to see what the story does. I can't wait to see where we go, especially with recent confirmation that we are not going to get a third game to tell the story. It's all going to be wrapped up in God of War Ragnarok, and it's rumored to be about 40 hours long. So it's going to be quite interesting to see where the story takes us, how each character and each moment is played out, as I imagine there's going to be excruciating detail in every single segment of this game. As I was saying earlier with Horizon, this is one of those games that really gives us a look at the characters and the relationships and how they interact with one another, and it really gives life to this world. And I really feel that this is truly an example of how excellent games can be at telling a story, even more so than a movie ever could. So God of War Ragnarok is a big one. I can't wait to see what Sony Santa Monica has to present with this game, and I know a lot of you do as well. So these are the biggest games of 2022. Now, given there's probably some games missing here that are coming out in 2022, but I feel these are the biggest ones that I'm personally interested in, and I imagine a lot of people are interested in. Anything that is not on this list has technically not got a confirmation for 2022, like Final Fantasy 16, for example. A lot of people do believe that that's going to drop in 2022, but given we haven't got confirmation, I don't want to throw that on this list, along with a lot of other games. So this is what we know for fact right now, or at least what the developers intend. Until further notice, this is what I expect. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments what you think are the biggest games coming out in 2022. What are you looking forward to most, and why? And as always, if you have not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. You can follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Links will be in the description. And share this video with a friend. I will talk to you all on the next one. Take care.